I'm Krista Lang Blackwood. I'm the artistic director and founder of Octarium. We weave together, but in the end, we're one voice. So I say 8 singers, one voice. When you've got 8, you've got a depth of sound and also a breadth of sound. So it's the perfect number to have a sense of depth and largeness, but not so large that you need a traffic cop to keep everything in order.
My name is Leah Hamilton, and I am an alto in Octarium. I think there is something magic in the mix of voices of 8. Having the different qualities of voice from female to male, I think is what gives Octarium its very unique sound. I think in the beginning, there were a lot of reviews about how sometimes the music was a little too mellifluous or maybe too slow. And I think a lot of that was us just getting used to each other and that maybe that slight hesitation of, are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? Should we all go? Okay, let's go. Whereas with a conductor, it just happens because the one person says, you know, it's time. But what that gives to the audience is this real intimacy. You get to watch all the singers really connect to each other. And that's not something you have with the conductor. And I think that's what makes all of us so close, is we really rely on each other. It's just like a family.
It is the most difficult kind of singing I can think of, because if you're in a larger choral group and you have a frog in your throat and you need to breathe, there's 3 other altos around you that are going to cover you. If you're in Octarium, there's usually nobody or one. And if they're breathing at the exact same time, and that's happened, and it always makes the singer smile when 2 of them breathe at the same time. It's just like, oh, we're so silly.
My name is Jason Parr. I'm a tenor 1. I always felt like we were kind of like these choir ninjas. You've got to make these tactical decisions, sometimes during concerts. Jay is the other tenor. You'll have maybe like this 8-beat long hold. And so somehow you've got to breathe. So I would say, how about I'll breathe on beat 2, and Jay's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna breathe on beat 7. And so you begin it and you end it, it sounds like a continual note, but in the middle, you've broken it up, but you just have to be really conscious of your exits and entrances, because you can't be like, ah, you know, when you come back in, it's gotta be like, ah, ah, you know, and doing that takes a lot of, I don't know, it takes a lot of something, but at the same time, if you do it well, nobody ever notices the difference.
The definition of choral music is working together to create beauty, and I think, you know, the definition of family is kind of the same. Octarium is rare, and I've been singing for years and years and years and years, and I've never been in a group that has had such a connection.
At the end of that piece, or of a section of a piece, you'll hear like, there's nothing, there's no noise, and then all of a sudden you'll hear somebody go, oh. I wait for those moments. As much as we can, we love to try and create those moments because we feel them too. And I think there's a huge interplay between like the audience and us. It's kind of like when somebody does that, oh, we're all going, I know, you know? It's not like, didn't we do a great job? It's more like, wasn't that awesome? Yeah.
I knew we were going to end about 4 years ago when I was in a crisis of singers. I was trying to find the right singers to do this show, and I thought I could hire like 3 new ones and train them, or I can just work this show around the ones I have and the schedules I have. And I remember sitting there making a conscious decision. I'm not going to hire new singers. I'm not going to train new singers. I'm tired. I've worked so hard with these singers, these 15 I have, to create what we have. I don't want to start over again. So as we end at 10, I think the singers, there's a sense of relief from some, and there's the sense of sadness from everybody, but that hope that, well, we'll still be together at Christmas.
Just recently, because, you know, there's all this talk of, you know, shutting down and only doing 1 concert a year, has really forced me to be reflective. I went onto our YouTube channel and I noticed that The Lord Bless You and Keep You has like over 20,000 hits. And I was like, when did that happen? And then you start to read the comments, and some are like, thank you so much. I sang this 20 years ago and it really brought back great memories. Or, I mean, there's one that's even about how I'm playing this for my husband as he lay dying. And it was I mean, we've emotionally connected to people through this new technology. And I thought, how cool that my voice and our voice and Krista's voice, all of our voices will be able to live on, whether we're physically together or not. And That's pretty cool. That's pretty special.